Let's look at how to create a 4-thread balanced safety stitch. I'm just running a seam. My serger is set up with standard serger thread in corresponding colors to the machine coding. The inside needle is green. The outside needle thread is gold. The upper looper is blue. And the lower looper in red. All the stitches are uniform and beautiful. No skip stitches. The lower looper is in red, and you'll note that in a safety stitch, the lower looper appears in Y's. There are 2 needles in play when we're doing a safety stitch, and you can see that they're just a dot on the underside. If you find that they're loops, that means that your needle thread is probably loose. But these are perfect. They're just little dots. The balance comes in with the loopers. The loopers, you can see here, the lower looper is come towards the top of the fabric. We want the 2 loopers to knit down the middle. So I've tightened my lower looper and I'm doing a second sample. Again, the stitches don't look much different. I've just tightened the lower looper a little bit and perfect. My loopers are knitting right at the edge down the middle. You see, that was the original one. The lower looper was too loose. Now I've tightened it up and we're balanced. Excellent. Perfect stitch for seaming. Unlike the sewing machine, most changes in tension are based on threads, not on the fabric that you're sewing. But I will say when you're testing a stitch, always use 2 layers of fabric. The stitch needs that kind of support. Tensions on the serge are often a roadblock to those of us that are getting back into serging or new to serging. Don't let it worry you. We're going to show you some tricks to help you along. First, I'm going to stitch just about 1 inch into my fabric. And now we're going to move along to the front of the machine. Doesn't matter whether you have a beehive tension system or an inline. You can touch somewhere up there your looper threads. So touch, your upper looper, lower looper, maybe a needle, and we just want to see how it affects your stitch. Also, don't have a camera in your hand. Okay, let's see how that affected it. There you go. You see how the lower looper thread was pulled forward by the upper looper thread when I touched the tension and increased it. Now when I touch the thread and increase the tension on the lower looper, pulls the blue over. The needle thread wasn't really affected. This is to help you to feel more comfortable with your tensions. Don't get nervous about them. You can always play with the threads above the tension dials. See how it affects your stitch. One thing I like to remember, and it's a concept that's helped a lot of people to understand really the dynamics of a stitch, is think of the stitch as a circle. They're all circles. And when you pull on one side of the circle, it pulls the other side of the circle. Okay? So all you're really doing is moving colors within a circle. Don't get bogged down by tension dials. What you really want to do is make that thread do what you want it to do, and to become more comfortable with your tensions. Happy serging.